Hello dear students, welcome back. I hope you all are doing great. So as said in the last session, let's start with the session 3 of chapter 1, Democracy in the Contemporary World. This session, as said, will be a question and answer session. So let's get started with our question and answers. First question is, which of the following does not lead to the spread of democracy? Options are struggle by the people, invasion by foreign countries, end of colonialism, people's desire for freedom. Answer is B. Invasion by foreign countries. Second, which of the following statement is true about today's world? Options are monarchy as a form of government has vanished. The relationship between different countries have become more democratic than ever before. In more and more countries, rulers are being elected by the people. There are no more military dictators in the world. Answer is in more and more countries, rulers are being elected by the people. Question 3. Use one of the following statement to complete the sentence. Democracy in international organization requires that dash. The options are the rich countries should have a great stay. Countries should have a say according to their military power. Countries should be treated with respect in proportion to their population. D. All countries in the world should be treated equally. Answer is C. All countries in the world should be treated equally. Question 4. Based on the information given in this chapter, match the following countries and the path of the democracy as taken in the country. So, the answer is country and path of the democracy. The country is child. The answer is end of military dictatorship. Nepal, answer is king agreed to give up its power. Poland, answer is end of one party rule. Ghana, freedom from British colonial rules. Fifth question is, what are the difficulties people face in a non-democratic country? Give answer drawing from the example given in this chapter. Answer the following are the difficulties people face in non-democratic country. That is, no freedom for people to elect their leaders, no freedom of speech and expressions, censorship of press, single party rule, no say in government policies, no freedom to form unions, people suffer violence and oppression without any legal redress. For example, Initio military dictatorship in Chile tortured and killed several of those who wanted democracy to be restored. Another example is the communist government that ruled in several countries of East Europe in 1980s. In their countries, people could not freely choose leaders. Those who spoke against the government were put in prison. Sixth question. Which freedoms are usually taken away when a democracy is overthrown by the military? Answer is when democracy is overthrown by the military, the people of the country are deprived to many freedoms. First of all, they lose the freedom of speech and expression and cannot say anything against the military government. Secondly, they are not allowed to form political parties and workers' union. Thirdly, the people are deprived of their right to choose their own leader or change them. Seventh question. Which of the following positions can contribute to democracy at the global level? Give reasons for your answer in each case. So, a case and an answer is given. Okay. So, the first case is my country gives more money to international institutions. Therefore, I want to be treated with more respect and exercise more power. Answer is no. It does not contribute to a democracy at a global level because Every democracy's basic principle is equality. Every country of its people should enjoy equal status and right irrespective of it being poor or rich. Also, the amount of money the country contributes toward the international institution is not the yardstick that determines the power of a country can have globally. B. My country may be small or poor, but my voice must be heard with equal respect because these decisions will affect my country. Answer is yes. It does not contribute towards democracy because it promotes a fundamental right, the right to freedom of speech and expression. When every person of the country utilizes this, his or her right to express and be heard, he or she automatically supports democracy. C. Wealthy nations will have a greater say in international affairs. They cannot let their interest suffer just because they are outnumbered by poor nation. Answer is no. It does not lead the democracy at the global level because at universal level all the countries whether rich or poor are equal. There should be no distinctions between the countries and all should be treated apart. Also, wealthy nations are not entitled to special treatment. D. Big countries like India must have a greater say in international organization. Answer: no. It does not support democracy because geographical area or the size of the country cannot be the criteria to determine the superiority of that country. Question 8. Here are the three options expressed in a television debate on the struggle for democracy in Nepal. Which of these do you agree with and why? Okay. Now they have given the guest. Guest 1. India is a democracy. Therefore, the Indian government must support the people of Nepal who are struggling against the monarchy and democracy. Guest 2. That is dangerous argument. We could, we could be in the same position as the US war in Iraq. Remember, no outside force can promote democracy. Guess 3. But why should we bother about the internal affairs of other country? We should be worried about our business interests there, not about democracy. Answer: the opinion of the guest one can be easily agreed with. Being democracy, being a democracy, India has to support the democratic aspiration of the Nepali people. The government of India is within its right to declare the support for those who are struggling for the establishment of a democratic government. However, there has to be recognition of the fact that no country can supplant democracy in another country. The push has to come from the people of the particular nation. 9. In the imaginary country called Happy Land, the people overthrew the foreign ruler and brought back the old royal family. They said, after all, their ancestors were our kings before foreigners started ruling us. It is good that we have one strong ruler who can help us become rich and powerful. When someone talked about democracy, the wise men said, it is a foreign idea. Their struggle was to throw the foreigners and their ideas out of the country. When someone demanded freedom for the media, the elders thought that too much criticism of the ruler would not help them improve their living standards. After all, the king is so kind and interested in the welfare of all subjects, they create problem for them. Don't we all want to be happy? After reading the above passage, Chaman, Champa, and Chandru made the following observation. Chaman: Happy Land is a democratic country because people were able to throw out the foreign rulers and bring back the king. Answer: Chaman: Even though people brought an end to the foreign rule in Happy Land, it could not be called a democratic country because the king ruled as a monarch. This form of government is known as a monarchy. It is only when people will enjoy the right to choose their leader will be called a democratic country. Champa: Happy Land is not a democratic country because people cannot criticize the ruler. The king may be nice or may provide economic prosperity, but a king cannot give a democratic rule. Champa, a king cannot guarantee democracy because it will be a one man rule. A government can be called a democracy only when there is a rule of people. In other words, people should have the right to elect the nominal head of the state and their representatives. Chandru, what people need is happiness. So they are willing to allow their new rulers to take decision from them. If people are happy, it must be a democracy. What is your opinion about each of these segments? What do you think about the form of government in this country? Answer Chandru. Happiness of the people cannot be factor to form a democracy. The masses might be happy with the king but cannot establish democracy because he is not an elected representative. For example, in the olden days, people lived happily under various monarchs, but it cannot be called as democratic government as they were chosen by the people. This is where we end the question answers of the first chapter. I hope you have understood the chapter very well. The topics that I have covered are good enough for you to understand. If you have any query, contact me on my personal number. Write down these question answers in your notebook so that it will be very easy for you to prepare yourself during the exams. So I hope you people are following the instructions that I am giving you in every session, which will help you to score better marks in your exams. So I hope you all are taking good care and you will be taking good care of yourself as the pandemic is going with the second wave, and this wave is more affecting people around. So do not go out of your house. If you still go out, sanitize your hands, use sanitizer, use mask. Try not to go out of the house. Stay home, stay safe. So take care. Bye. Have a great time.